My name's Leon Henry. I am the CEO and founder for the company called The Webstep here in the United Kingdom, where we provide compelling marketing strategies. I've been on Blab for over 200 days with approximation of about 1,000 loyal followers. I've been a radio DJ for several local Empire radio stations. But today is not about my major achievements. It's how we wish to serve you with information that can assist you, help you getting your podcast up and going. Hi, hope you've had another fantastic week. So this week, we're going to be here for another 10 to 15 minutes on something that I'm really passionate about here on Blabcasting. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about why do people really fail at podcasting and say it doesn't really work? You're saying. The first bullet point that I'm going to talk about is lack of strategy. I like this. Strategy. Now, not going in with a good strategy. Why would you want to do a podcast in the first place? Just because everybody else is doing it? No good strategy. Does it solve a problem? And I've said this in many times. What problem does your podcast solve? Is it just a social chit chat? But in the chit chat itself, it may have something that pertains some interest in that particular subject. You want people to get involved. You may want to get interact with you. And if you don't feel that in your interaction with the podcast, this may be the reason why. Some people are not interacting and you're not feeling you're getting a response that you need. Hence why you're saying it's failing. So think about it carefully. Does your podcast have a strategy? Are you consistent with that strategy? Are you working with it and giving it a chance to grow? Number 2, lack of content. Substantial amount of content. It doesn't linger on. What do you do to get your contents? What's your content sources where your podcast will have a consistency where you can have a number of series and you've got lots to talk about? Remember, some of the actual podcasting and blabcasting can at least go on for about 30 to an hour in duration. So you've got to try and keep that real content, real fresh. And is it relevant to today's world? Are you doing that right now? Are you thinking that about? Are you changing up your content? Here's some ideas. As I said before, in previous contents, use the internet, but look at previous stuff or start to go further back in the archives, bring things new and educate people with those. There's so much content out there. It's been used in many ways. You may find something that's really, really relevant. I found tons of things, definitely when it comes down to blabcasting, to bring in today's world, like even recording, to make sure people still understand the basics of doing podcasting. Because it's quite important to understand the fundamentals, and you'll get to understand how people do things and why things are really, really great. Take, for example, blabcasting can go into sort of media whereby we schedule things and they have a beginning, a middle, and an end. That's quite important, your structure. And I'll go into this in many things that we do when it comes down to blabcasting. Audio quality. And I'd love to demonstrate this right here today. This is another problem with actually doing podcasts and people today right now. When it comes to why people fail on doing blabs and also podcasting, it's the audio quality. Now, regardless of what equipment you have, a lot of people forget when they play back the audio quality, it may sound tinny, it may sound really, really poor. So the end user will switch off. Now here, I do have just a bit more of a dynamic range mic where, it does a lot of stuff, but you still can actually get it just reasonable, I would say, for someone to listen to. But this comes over time where you build up the momentum to get the right equipment to want to make it sound very, very good. So if you're not familiar with this type of things and you're using just a conventional laptop and things like that, just be mindful of the audio quality. When I mean even down to audio quality, not the actual recording, you can have fans in the background. You may have people, cats or animals, or even just the window open. Those sort of things. It will really degrade the actual recording itself. So, and the listener was listening to this, and when they hear all this, they'll think, okay, the quality is not that great, and they want to move away from that as well. You've heard me say before, not solving a problem. This is why a lot of people do fail in podcasting. The information that is presented to them doesn't really solve a problem. Be sort of biased, where, it doesn't cause a challenge, so to speak, where people have to make their mind think. When putting together shows, you really have to have a difference of opinion. Don't take it for your own personal side. I mean, some people do, but what's unique about your podcast or how you want to train people, where people are engaged? Because you think about it, sometimes podcasting can be like a TV show, and you're on the edge waiting for things to happen or something special, and it doesn't. So use that technique whereby TV does this, and it can put you on edge or suspense with your content within the actual podcast as well, to make the end user feel real great where they're getting something, and it does solve a problem on top of that as well. Failing in podcasting, and this is something that I now know why a lot of people keep on talking, and talking for the sake where it just gets boring. If you imagine just talking for yourself for at least 10-20 minutes, or if you're in a conference room, we do fall asleep. Many people are very trained to ensure that engaged with the audience, the things that we do. There are ways of ensuring that you personally don't fall asleep. I would love to tell you lots of tricks and tips that people do to ensure you personally listen carefully, because those are the quieting things that you should be doing, thinking about the audience. Why is it so important? Where they're supposed to listen and listen to the end. Just like this. Well, I will say, listen to the end of this one, because there's something special for you to definitely be engaged with. This comes with practice, know-how from some of the professionals out there. They do it very compelling, where they get you to definitely figure out what's going on and interact with the podcast. So just to recap on some of the things, most importantly, we've had no strategy, lack of content, audio quality, not solving a problem, and yapping too much. That commences today's Blab class, and we have lots more coming each week this month. So make sure you follow us by clicking on our names and clicking on the follow button within the screen. Thank you.